that's not playing a part.
That's some people's logic. They think, why are you giving this guy attention? He's just doing it for views. And, like, obviously his channel was dying, so that's why he did it. And I'm thinking, nobody would ruin their credibility like that to just score views. Because even if you're getting the views off of some big, eventful, faking your death, for example, everyone knows that you didn't do it once you show up alive. And everyone
Okay,
thinks
yeah,
you
but,
are
like,
clinically...
didn't J Station do that? Didn't
Yes.
J Station, like, fake his girlfriend's death and his channel became more popular than ever?
Yeah.
Insane,
No, not the
essentially.
death thing. I mean, like, maybe he's acting enlightened and he's doing all these.
So
videos
maybe
for views. I
J
don't think that's the
Station
case.
is actually
I'm
Jesus.
just saying, like, there's people who really think that.
Yeah, I
What's
think
the J for?
Yeah, there's definitely people who think that.
Jeez.
For sure. I don't think that he necessarily is doing it.
Oh
just
my
for
Well,
God,
when you
he's
see how
been
he behaves, then it's
Jesus
attack, that it's
Station
not
all
just for views.
along.
Like, he legitimately looks like he's lost all the marbles.
Yeah, he knows this isn't.
We
There's
cracked
no
the
way
code.
he would not be
We've
cognizant
cracked
of the
the
fact
code.
if he was in a
It
good
was
state
all
of mind.
planned
This
from
is
the
not
start.
tanking his reputability or his credibility necessarily.
Yeah.
So even if it was for views, it would be like a sporadic bump, but it doesn't actually help your brand.
Yeah,
image
and
at all.
ultimately it's going to hurt you because there's so many people who are going to find him completely not relatable at
He's gonna have posted cringe and he's gonna lose subscriber. It's just how that works.
this point.
Oh, yeah,
and I think that's largely why people on YouTube, like a huge driving factor in your popularity on YouTube is how relatable are you?
Yeah.
And if you think you're Jesus, who's going to relate to that?
Oh
Yeah,
He's not going
man,
to get much following.
I hope
His
people
comment
on
section is
YouTube
riddled
think
with,
I'm
I miss old
relatable.
Connor, and what happened to this? And I remember when you inspired me to work out, and now I'm like ashamed to watch your videos, like shit like that. And
Okay.
he doesn't seem to care at all. He says it's all part of his grandmaster plan. And basically, he ended up getting, the cops found him. Blah blah blah. He went to mental institution, as far as I know. And then he basically is very good at turning on his normalness when he's around people where he's trying to get out of the situation.
Is he actually good at it though?
Seems like when cops show up, like he's live streamed cops showing up to his house and him talking to them, and he seems very aware. He can come across as very normal, and he will go on a tangent that is very how he would have sounded normally and say.
But can you tell when you've seen this that he's still not normal? Like, is there still something that's a little off?
Yeah, there's like nuances, but he's pretty good at acting fine. Like for somebody who's never met him, if you show up to a mental institution, he acted the way he was, people would think, okay, maybe he had a episode with drugs that went awry, but now it seems like he's has control of himself. Everything's kind of resolved, so he's probably okay to go home. And then right when he goes home, he starts being like weird as fuck again.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what happened. And then he
Technical
gets out,
term,
and
weird
he starts
as
making these
fuck.
progressively interesting
Right.
health claims in his videos, which are relatively harmless to begin with.
He
It's stuff
seemed normal at that point though.
seem normal.
Like he didn't like. I saw a video that he did with this Kenny KO guy, and I know I'm going off topic a little bit, where he looked absolutely insane. Like his eyes kept rolling to the side the whole time. But in these videos with these health claims, like he had a claim where he was drinking other men's semen to get a testosterone boost. Was it?
Yeah, so the nerve growth factor component, the testosterone component, that kind of stuff from the semen, which at the end of the day, none of it is going to exert any kind of pharmacologic effect whatsoever. But he claimed that was basically me getting into this to begin with, is debunking those scientific claims in those videos, because he would make a lot of bold, unfounded claims, increasingly odd and increasingly strange, like to the point where, and they were
Esoteric is the word you're looking for. We like esoteric claims here.
all factually incorrect. So I was just kind of doing reaction videos debunking them, because he's a big name in the fitness industry, and he's making all these scientific bold claims, and none of them being justified whatsoever. And then it gets to the point where he's literally talking about eating his own shit for health benefits. He's talking about drinking his own piss, eating
Are
other
those
semen,
videos
and
still up? Can we find the videos of him eating his own shit, please?
I'll look.
justifying it in ways that, like, frankly, just don't make sense. Even though
Yeah.
he's trying to intertwine science into some sort of element of like naturalness. Like he thinks, I don't know, everything he's trying to do is based around like the world has given you what you need with nature, and drugs and big pharma equals bad, and blah blah blah. And he's, I don't know, has a lot of his claims just basically made no sense, and he was getting progressively worse with
Nothing
it.
makes sense about it because he's acting enlightened, but he's still lying too.
Yeah, that was the weird thing. And he
Like,
would
I saw a
even
video-
rebut my videos and say I'm wrong after quoting a study that is literally showing he's incorrect.
And then he had a video where he was supposedly going to admit what steroids he used, or what, not steroids, PEDs he used.
That, yeah.
And I'm not sure, did he admit it?
No, he still skirted around it, which
it seemed
is
like he's still lying. Like when you're enlightened, you become an open book.
Yeah.
Like essentially, you have nothing to hide.
exactly.
How
So-
on earth is that enlightenment? Like,
Exactly. So a lot of the stuff he does is contradictory to his whole persona of I'm enlightened and I don't care about anything. He would literally say in that video, I don't care about anything, I'm an open book, and then continue to skirt around the questions. I'm like, dude, this is like blatantly obvious what's
so
going
that
on
is
here.
psychotic behavior.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that is very
So he
indicative of
removed
somebody who
it?
has gone through a drug psychosis, lingering mental instability.
Okay. He removed it from his Instagram,
But
but
we have a
Derek
we
did a
have
video
mirror.
about it.
Okay, throw that in the playlist.
Dude, more plates, more dates has more Connor Murphy videos than Connor Murphy by now.
That's one of the things too.
I know,
because
it's upsetting.
Seeing this guy for the first time, a very prevalent thing in the fitness industry is guys who build their physiques on performance-enhancing drugs.
He looked great.
Yeah, look awesome, and they
All
lie
right,
about
it's
it
in there.
and say they're natural to, you know. Sometimes you have a justified reason, perhaps, or at least you think it is. You don't want to influence the youth to pursue chasing your physique. With,
What's sad is that we're still missing out on the like primo top tier content.
I know. I bet he removed most of his music videos.
In particular, I speculated that to be the case even years ago.
Those better
now,
get
it was interesting after
re-uploaded,
being
man.
Enlightened, he was
I'm
still dodging
so
like a
mad.
motherfucker. I was like, dude, like at least I sort of
Had we done this stream yesterday morning, it would have been way more insane.
Yeah.
No, and that was the only reason the video happened. I feel like is because I said, "Why?"
Have we
are you
recorded
who
that
cares
Discord
about keeping
call?
this a secret?
We
And he's like,
should
"You know what, I'm gonna
have.
tell you all
I
this
should
stuff."
have
And
just
he thought it was
gone
very
live.
harmless, like introductory compounds, which most people wouldn't even consider really.
So you think he actually didn't admit what he took?
No.
So he kind of,
I think he did.
downplayed it by saying I took these light things as a way to hide the worst substances.
Yeah, I think he probably took the light stuff too.
No, of course.
Yeah, but I think he definitely dabbled in some more exotic, intense shit. So, anyway,
What do you think he took?
to be honest, I think he probably took the basic kind of go-to stuff. You know, probably exogenous testosterone, something like that. A very like introductory steroid. I can't imagine he really went that far. His physique wasn't insane. He didn't make any drastic changes before and after.
No
kind of,
baloney?
No, probably not, to be honest. I would imagine no, but that's because it's not like there's a lot of historical data to even reference in terms of he started his YouTube channel, he was already jacked.
Yeah.
So it's not like I can see a before and after of like all of a sudden you jumped up this disproportionate amount. The interesting thing with him was he started out big and like perfect essentially in terms of what any guy would want to look like, and then degraded quickly despite still being fitness oriented. Like he was still posting his shirtless videos, still working out.
But he didn't look as good.
No, he like blatantly lost maybe like 5-10 pounds of muscle, got a bit softer, and that's like exactly what you would expect from a guy who still looks great by all means. Like he looked good even as a natural, but he definitely there was a big step down.
All
and
right.
his justification at the time, skirting around it with ridiculous claims about it's lighting, I'm bulking, this, that, and it's like okay, well.
Okay. Connor Murphy says the N word.
Pause at 7.
Hello, I'm going to read you a quote from the Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, chapter 15. It was 15 minutes before I could work myself up to go and humble myself to a nigger. But I done it, and I weren't ever sorry for it either. You see, this word only has power over you if you allow it to, so stop your victim mentality. And realize that
Just
it's
stop
me
your
behind the
victim
word, not the
mentality,
person.
guys.
I'm doing this out of love, so please, you can take back your power at any time. I am the reincarnation of Jesus Christ, Papa Jones.
I am the reincarnation of... Okay. This guy's not doing anything. Alright, that's fine. Next video is... Connor Murphy gets surgery without anesthetics.
Yes.
Yo, what's up, guys? So I just got another hair transplant, and I attempted to do the entire procedure without any medication whatsoever, not even topical anesthetic. Which
Why?
I believe has never been attempted before in the history of hair transplants. So this is a
For a reason.
video. How did it go?
Why would you want that?
Well, watch the entire video.
It's like not natural, man.
Why did I get a hair transplant? Well, over the past couple of years, I've been attempting to regrow my hair naturally. It's actually been going fairly well. Progress has been slow, but it has been progress. But over the 40-day fast, I definitely lost quite a bit of hair due to the lack of nutrients. After the 40-day fast, I gained some of it back, but I was like, you know, I could use some help, right? And there's definitely some hair around this area, right around the hairline, that simply isn't going to grow back from natural means. It's too far gone. So I was like, why not get it touched up, right? And I thought I could do this epic YouTube video as well. So first of all, before I get into it, should you get a hair transplant? Well, if you think a hair transplant is going to bring you happiness, if you think a hair transplant is going to fulfill you, if you are getting a hair transplant out of some insecurity, I would dig a little deeper, because you will not find happiness.
Yeah, instead of fixing the
Find
thing
something
that you're insecure about, just go do fucking ayahuasca in some dude's basement.
Oh, you're right. I should just go do ayahuasca in some dude's basement.
Because essentially, the external world is just a manifestation of you.
I don't need to work
So
out. I
you'll
can
never
just
become
do
happy from any
ayahuasca.
sort of content of reality,
There you
experiences,
go.
relationships, materials. Okay, liberation comes from understanding your true nature, understanding the context of reality, realizing that you're infinite consciousness, and that you are simply experiencing this character, but you are not. This
Stop talking like fucking spirit science guy.
character, only this character, right? Understanding the video game nature of reality, and once you realize that this is just a character, then go. So if you've ever experienced pain like in a dream, you realize that you still imagine this pain, but it's a lot lighter. And that's how I experience pain now. So yeah, mind over
The
matter.
fuck?
Do some consciousness work, and all
Do some consciousness work, bro.
these negative emotions and sensations aren't that negative anymore. So yeah, that's the power of meditation. So with that being said, let's get into the surgery and see what happens. All right, guys. So I am here with Dr. Arocha, the best hair transplant doctor in Texas. So we're doing something a little interesting today. So we're planning on giving me, what, about 2,000 grafts, a little bit on the top and a little bit throughout here. And we're doing something very interesting. So normally when someone comes in to get a hair transplant procedure, what are the medications that you give them?
So we take the edge off the numbing anesthesia part of the procedure by giving the patients a anxiolytic cocktail.
Okay.
And then we proceed with the smallest needle possible to administer the local anesthetic, short and long acting, to numb the area that we're going to work in.
I got you. So there's some numbing of the scalp, so you don't feel so much pain, and then also I get you take some Valium, right, to knock the edge off as well.
Yes.
So the plan.
He's getting his skin grafted without anesthetic, basically.
So have you ever heard of a hair transplant being done without local numbing anesthetic?
No.
I haven't either, but so it should be interesting. Do you think it's gonna hurt?
Yes.
I think it's gonna hurt too, but that's the point. I'm gonna find equanimity. I'm gonna meditate the whole time and find equanimity regardless of
What the
pain. So
fuck?
we'll see how it works.
Are you sure?
You want to do this?
You know, I'm sure we're gonna try it, and if it's too much pain, of course we can numb me, right? But we're gonna just see how far it can go.
I want you to know that we have plenty of local anesthetic.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. So we'll see how it goes.
Just let us know.
All right, let's get it started, boss.
All right.
Oh no!
Yeah, guys. So we just got done putting 2,000 holes in my head and then 2,000 hairs in my head. So yeah, Doc. Tell them what happened.
Yeah, well, seeing was believing, but only because, you know, it was occurring right before my eyes. I have never seen someone be able to do half a procedure with no anesthesia,
Half a procedure.
pain medicine, or anything to decrease the pain and discomfort. He didn't tap out, but I did because
Right.
I was having a hard time seeing because of
Yeah, I was basically so profusely bleeding, and I probably won't show that on YouTube so they don't restrict the video. But we did about 1,000 grafts, right? So 1,000
half the
holes,
surgery.
about half the surgery, right? 1,000 holes in my head, and then we had to call it quits just because I was bleeding so much, right? And the topical anesthetic helps with the bleeding a little bit, I suppose, right? So
The topical, the anesthetic, yeah, there's a little bit of a vasoconstrictor
Right.
that decreases the size of the blood vessel.
right. So we didn't want to compromise the surgery, so we thought we'd go ahead and start using that anesthetic. But yeah, it was
Okay, last video.
Time for another Connor Murphy video.
Even he's tired of this shit.
He's so upset.
Sup guys, Derek, moreplates.com. Today we are served another gem on a silver platter. Today we are going to be reviewing Connor's most recent video where he has called into action me to review his most recent, health endeavor. So, title of the video, Drinking My Own Urine in Public, Connor Murphy. And
No.
I actually already watched it, and he talks about not only drinking his own urine, but in addition to that, he talks about eating his own shit. Yes, you heard me correctly.
I think this
He
was
not
on our
only
playlist
eats
too.
his-
This was on our playlist and it's no longer up.
That's so
semen
sad.
that he busts, but he eats
He
the semen
puts it
of
in the
other
fucking
guys, and then he also
singing
drinks his own urine
quartz
and eats his own
bowl.
shit, but only a little bit. So anyways, as
But
far
only a
as,
little bit of shit,
he made
it's
some
okay.
claims in this video about the purported health benefits, why it makes sense, and sort of calls into question my answers from the previous video and tries to explain why I'm wrong about the oral bioavailability of hormones present in semen.
His soul is crushed.
So that's what we're going to be getting into. So I'm just going to play it through, and let's see what the comments are like actually first. So this like to dislike ratio is pretty aggressive. I wouldn't be surprised if I made a video
no.
called Eating My Own Poop for for Divine Power. Next video, drinking my divine protein shake in public. At this rate, the next video is going to be him eating his own
He
shit
literally did
live on
that.
camera. So
He did
yeah,
do
I know.
that.
Imagine if this is an April Fool's joke, but no one gets it because he's crazy as fuck. Now it is. Yeah, so you don't even know, dude. You don't even know. So Yeah, anyways, we're going to pretend this is...
You know it's Connor when there's no doubt in your mind that the video titled "Drinking My Own Urine in Public" is not an April Fool's joke. Guys who do heroin be like, at least I'm not Connor Murphy.
True.
Sometimes I don't know when he's kidding, and I need to know when he's kidding. Oh,
He's never
no.
kidding.
He's never kidding.
legit. Like, I don't know if it's an April Fool's thing or not.
None of
Who
it's
knows,
an
dude?
act.
So
It's all a
anyways, I'm gonna
cry for
react to
help.
it as if it was legit. Because he does make points about the semen thing from the last video, and he actually has a pretty decent chunk of this video as the kind of like rebutting my analysis of the pharmacokinetic profile of hormones present in semen, which is interesting because it's like,
His eyes are so red. He has cried recently about this.
why the fuck would you try and come back at me on that? I don't get it. So, anyways, let's get into it.
So, I drink my own urine for health benefits and have been for a couple months now. First of all, YouTube moderators, this video is not intended to shock. It is intended to educate.
Yes, this is the exact fucking video we watched.
This video is made within a scientific, cultural, and spiritual context. Also, just to be clear, this is not medical advice. I'm simply telling you my research and my direct experience. So, I will show you exactly how I drink my urine and why, so stay tuned. But first, I would like to respond to the main criticism
But first, NordVPN.
of my last video, where I talked about...
What if he had a
ingesting
fucking
semen for
VPN
health
sponsor?
So this video, the
But
ingesting semen one
first,
was
I'm playing the most exciting mobile game of 2021. Raid Shadow Legends.
on an April
Dude, if
Fool's
he
thing.
had a
It was
Raid
regular
Shadow
fucking
Legends
video.
sponsor on
The
his
guy who
drinking
actually was
his
in the
own
video
urine
was
I
in a
would
public
really
video.
love
actually.
that.
I thought it might have just been a bit
love
of a
it
troll, but
I would
apparently
use his
it,
affiliate link.
you know, Connor does
I
not
would,
seem to.
yeah.
His actions do not imply that it was just
Honestly.
trolling. It seems like it's pretty serious. So, anyways, my point still stands.
Join
as
my
far as what I
clan,
think about
Piss
the efficacy of it in a
Drinkers
performance-enhancing
420.
context. So, anyways,
If you have not seen that video, be sure to go watch it. So, more plates, more dates. Greg Doucette. I appreciate the response videos. I've been having a lot of fun with this, so I hope you guys make a response video to this one as well.
you got it, dude. I don't even know. At this point, it's like, I love this guy. He's just handing me fucking gold on silver platter like every week. I'm like, what am I gonna make a video about today? And like, boom, Connor Murphy eats his shit. I'm like, hello.
First of all, Derek from More Plates, More Dates says, I should be
true, though.
making claims with
Oh, and you know, I thought that More Plates, More Dates had more subscribers than Connor Murphy, and Connor Murphy was just desperately trying to cling to relevancy by inciting this larger channel to bully him. But no, it's the other way around. Connor Murphy has way more subscribers than More Plates, More Dates.
But More Plates, More Dates has 20 fucking times the engagement or something.
Oh, absolutely.
without scientific
Dude, look how fast I'm fucking talking. Holy.
literature backing them up. But he did exactly that in his response video. He made the claim that the contents of semen aren't bioavailable when ingested orally.
Which they aren't. I said, okay, let's be clear. I said the hormonal content. I never said the fucking nutrients you can get out of it. I said full well, you can get the macros, you can get the protein, you can get the nutrients in it. I never said that you can't get that shit. I specifically said you're not going to absorb any amount of testosterone that is going to be useful. You're not going to absorb any amount of nerve growth factor that is going to be useful. None of this shit is going to survive going through the gastrointestinal system. This shit is going to be destroyed. And even if it makes it through, when it has to deal with stomach acid, when it has to deal with first pass, like this shit is not going to survive, dude.
When there is absolutely no scientific literature or research that gives any evidence for that whatsoever.
Okay, so I don't really know how he's saying all this when I literally laid out pretty transparently why this shit just doesn't work. Like, there's a reason. Why was testosterone, why did they make methyl testosterone, for example? Why was there 17 alpha alkylation occurring in pharmacology? Why were they making these liver toxic oral steroids? Well, it turns out it's because the root androgen, testosterone, would not survive fucking oral ingestion. When you take it in, it is not going to yield sufficient blood serum concentrations to actually get to, you know, target tissues and do a significant enough effect to even replicate therapeutic replacement. So no, having it in fucking semen, having it free form in fucking anything is not going to be working, dude. Same thing, oxytocin. Why do you shove it up your nose and fucking snort it? The same reason it's not going to survive when you ingest it orally. Same thing with nerve growth factor. None of this shit, when it comes to the survivability, oral bioavailability of this stuff, there's a reason there are like novel delivery mechanisms and improved ways of, I don't know, like novel administration techniques that are going to improve the bioavailability is because the actual base structure of it is not going to survive simply ingesting it and just tossing it down your fucking gut.
He's so mad that just his elbows on his desk are shaking his camera.
Dude, literally.
And hoping it makes it into your blood and like it gets it where it's supposed to go. Just doesn't work like that, unfortunately. So that's why there's, you know, interesting types of preparations like oil-based testosterone that you inject into your ass. There's a reason why creams work too.
I think you actually inject it into your shoulder, but okay, buddy.
But there's a main reason why shit doesn't work when you just take it down your mouth, because it's not going to survive the digestion process. First pass through the liver. All this shit is going to destroy the fuck out of it to the point that's totally unusable. So claiming, oh, there's no evidence of it. It's like, bro, the entire fucking foundation of the literature trying to discover new delivery mechanisms for these different hormones, the whole foundation of the literature is based on the fact that they're not orally bioavailable. Or else if they were, we'd all just be fucking taking random pills of shit and getting all the benefits we want. It does not work like that, though, with these hormones, unfortunately. With some hormones, they are orally bioavailable enough to actually yield a significant enough effect to be considered efficacious. However, for the shit that he's actually focusing on, he talked about the testosterone, he talked about the NGF, he talked about the oxytocin, talked about shit like that. That's kind of like the main stuff as far as I know that he is concerned with. That stuff's not going to survive, dude. In fact, NGF is not even going to cross the blood-brain barrier, even if it were to somehow survive getting past even your stomach acid. Like, this shit doesn't make sense, dude.
See, Derek made what is called an argument from ignorance logical fallacy. He assumes something to be false because there's no evidence saying it's true.
There's tons, bro.
With that logic, back in the time of Aristotle, because
I didn't read the studies, so therefore they simply don't exist.
Giving me reptilian vibes right now.
Dude, he's so fucking crazy.
I love that screenshot. Oh my god.
Every time he
There was
paused
no
the video,
evidence.
it's solid gold.
saying otherwise, the sun
Yeah, it's pretty good.
revolved around the Earth, right? So you see how that doesn't make much sense, right? So
course it
also,
does.
there
Be a
was
hater.
a study done that found some components of semen detected in the bloodstream after females were exposed to it.
Believing
Okay, so
that
when
you
it
don't
says
get
exposed,
testosterone from
where exactly?
drinking
In a
cum is a
sample of
lot
sexually
like
active college
thinking that
females, which
fucking Earth
we
is
all
the
know
center of the universe. My man literally just compared fucking
Oh,
believing in a
fuck.
geocentric model to drinking
Wait,
cum.
no, you have to realize, not only is he Jesus, he's also Copernicus now. Oh my god.
Dude. The madman.
He's a madman. He's Copernicus Jesus. Oh
He's
man.
Copernicus.
Copernicus.
Most accurate fucking representation of what the pharmacokinetics of fucking hormones and semen is, condom use, and an indirect measure of the presence of semen in the reproductive tract was related to scores on the Beck depression inventory. Not only were females who were having sex without condoms less depressed, maybe because it fucking feels better, but okay, but depressive symptoms and suicide attempts among females who used condoms were proportional to the consistency of condom use. For females who did not use condoms, depression scores went up as the amount of time since their last sexual encountering increased. These data are consistent with the possibility that semen may antagonize depressive symptoms, and evidence which shows that the vagina absorbs a number of components of semen that can be detected in the bloodstream within a few hours of administration. Okay, so like, let's compare the difference between absorption of hormones through the mucosa membrane versus you're fucking throwing it down your gullet.
So what you're saying is, I need to be snorting the semen.
Potentially.
Again, there's a reason these drugs have novel delivery methods, and it's because it's not going to survive going down your gullet, and that is why there are transdermal creams, intranasal fucking sprays, oil-based injections, shit like that. That's stuff that can actually work, and it actually gets delivered and gets to where it goes because it's not extensively destroyed when it goes through the GI and goes through the fucking first pass. So this kind of shit, like, I don't know if Connor realizes when you are literally injecting a load into a chick, for example, and you have this, you know, hormone-laden fucking cocktail of semen, if you were going to get some systemic absorption, the likelihood is way higher absorbing through the mucosa membrane in the fucking vagina that you're going to get it in there and actually do some sort of effect rather than putting it down your mouth and having it get destroyed going through your system. There's a fucking massive difference in comparing oral ingestion to literal vaginal injection, essentially. It's not even comparable. There's a reason. Like, have you ever heard of fucking college kids who would, like, boof alcohol in, like, tampons and shit?
Yes. So, what you're saying is, the best way to absorb semen for maximum gains is to put it up your butt. And so the gays are the best lifters, confirmed.
What happened? They got super fucking drunk on way less alcohol. Why? Because it's literally going up the rectum and being absorbed like right into their bloodstream and skipping first pass essentially. So like why would you have to drink way more when you're doing it orally? Because it's going to not fucking survive the same way. It gets, extensively broken down, and there's a reason why when you have it literally like mainlined into your system almost, not actually like IV, but you know what I mean?
as long as
It's way more
Connor can
efficacious
get a
on a
nice
milligram per milligram
group
basis if you were
of
to actually, equate somehow
men to
milligrams of
supply him with
fucking
a
alcohol.
gallon of semen a day, he should be good.
Yeah. I'm sure he wouldn't have a problem with that.
You know what I mean?
Neither would his
again,
men.
All of these
I hear
hormones,
he likes
essentially,
it
or at
straight
least the
from the
main ones we
source.
care about that we're discussing right now,
Exactly.
are not going to survive.
That's why that's the most
oral
expensive
administration
video on
to any
his
kind of degree
OnlyFans.
that would yield a significant enough effect for it to be worth eating semen, drinking piss, eating shit, at least in my opinion. Now, again, if you really wanted to take it to the next level, Connor, and you think this is a novel way to, administer hormones in like a free way, because it's like, free just excrement that you can just, utilize whenever you want, you should be shoving it up your ass, dude. All the shit should be shoved right up your ass if you want maximum absorption. If you don't want it to be destroyed, you want this magical fucking stuff to be preserved in the best way possible, the number one way to get this stuff into your system would be shoving it up your ass, bro. Like, why aren't you doing that? That's what I want to know.
And not only that, but it was shown to have antidepressant
Well,
effects.
Derek clearly
By
hasn't
the way-
subscribed to his OnlyFans.
Derek clearly has not paid for the individual OnlyFans vids, because subscribing is free.
True.
Like, any of that kind of stuff, you can have a study show whatever the fuck you want if you really try hard enough. Having somebody say, oh, antidepressant. There's a fucking study that shows like peppermint is more effective than minoxidil at growing hair. You can fucking do anything nowadays, dude. I made a video called like the dirt in your backyard is more effective than minoxidil. Like nowadays, you can fucking tweak with shit so much that you can pretty much publish a paper that says whatever the fuck. Let's be honest. So a bunch of chicks saying
That's
it had
true.
better well-being because they didn't use
Scientists are
condoms.
bought and
I
paid
have better
for.
well-being too. Condoms fucking suck, dude. They do. I'm not gonna say it's the semen for sure that did it, and even if it did, great. It's still not comparable to oral administration whatsoever.
The evidence shows that there's clearly some bioavailability of some of the components of semen when absorbed by the lady parts,
Your lady parts, Connor?
right? So,
The lady parts, exactly. You're like, it's like you're saying it, but you're just not getting it.
how would it be irrational to say? Why would you automatically assume that the components of semen aren't bioavailable orally?
Because they aren't, bro. That's the whole fucking point. Why would you have a testosterone cream compounded in a pharmacy to be applied to a fucking chick's veg? It's because you can't just pop the pill and have it work the same, bro. This is the reason this shit is prepared in this way. Do you think it's more convenient to fucking apply cream to your ball sack or to a chick's veg? No, we would rather take a pill. But unfortunately,
Is there a testosterone ball cream?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's one of the most common things people will try when they first get on CRT because they're scared of needles, basically. But there's also a bunch of situations where people would rub the cream on themselves and then it would get on their partner or something, and their partner might grow hair there or something really whack.
Interesting. Fantastic.
testosterone's not orally bioavailable enough for it to fucking work that way.
Bioavailable, whatever. So think of the utility of semen. Why wouldn't it be the most bioavailable substance ever?
I don't know. It's just fucking not, dude. Free. Maybe because it's being shot out of your system and your body is trying to get rid of something. I don't fucking know, dude. Maybe it's meant to be preserving the fucking help grow the thing that you're actually trying to inject into the human rather than re-ingest and then get destroyed in your fucking stomach.
Right? So this is just a blind assumption. Okay? So let's also be clear. I never claimed which components of semen were bioavailable or responsible for the benefits that I am experiencing. The only thing I can really say is that I've noticed that I get an increase in energy that perfectly offsets the dip in energy that I would normally feel if I were to not ingest it.
No, that's fine, dude. Having objective, improved well-being, even if it's placebo, if it works for you, great. But this almost reminds me of with Gorilla Mind, for example. We have no artificial colors in our pre-workouts. That's why they look like fucking dirt when you mix them, because there's no artificial anything. I could have put in, fucking FD&C red number fucking 40 or whatever I wanted to put in there and make everything look color coordinated to the flavor and shit, but instead we just left it looking like dirt. Now, our capsules, on the other hand, we had different capsules, colors for each kind of product. So for example, my sleep formula, I would have purple, it makes you feel tired, and it's not a high energy color. It's very mellow. It's very relaxing. And I'd have for Gorilla Mind Rush, the high energy stimulants infused nootropic formula. I'd have
Wait, this is the guy behind Gorilla Mind?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
capsules, get you, literally signifies like high energy productivity, like you're on fucking fire, like get the shit going kind of thing. That kind of stuff. In studies, you actually find that people who would ingest certain color capsules would see a perceived difference in actual effect based on what they're perceiving like they're taking color coordination wise. Like you take something that's, you know, purple, it's like, oh, it's mellow. You take something that's fucking red, you're like a bit, you know, it's a bit more upbeat, more high energy, more motivating, whatever. Like people actually have those kind of effects even if they are placebo driven. Now for Connor, I'm just saying the scientific literature, dude. Like this shit is not going to survive oral ingestion. At least the main ones that we're talking about here that are actually of concern that you're ingesting this shit for. What I would speculate, because I'm sure you're not doing it for the fucking minor amounts of nutrients and macronutrients. Like I'm assuming you're not ingesting this for the macronutrients, the you know, the zinc, the whatever the fuck that you're gonna get out of it, the minor amounts of protein. Like there's,
you could take a pill for
it's
that.
The hormone components, and of the hormones, there's, you know, a specific
take a
few
pill or
that
take a
are
load. Come
most,
on.
I don't know, are highlighted as the most likely to be beneficial, and some are just like of less interest, of course. So even the ones that are of less interest, like how many are going to be surviving, dude? Like none. You know, you're gonna get the actual nutrients from it. No one's fucking disputing that. The hormonal components, though, are not really going to do anything, unfortunately. So, you know, maybe some of them will survive to a minimal extent and can have some sort of perceived benefit. But like the main ones we're discussing here, NGF, testosterone, oxytocin, etc., fucking nothing, dude. So this is placebo-driven. And that's fine, dude. Some people actually benefit from placebo. So if it works, like, fuck, by all means. And I could be wrong, I guess. I'm just saying, like, based on all of my study of pharmacology, there's a reason these drugs are, like, why the fuck would you make a drug intentionally liver toxic when it would have survived oral ingestion anyways otherwise? Like, obviously you wouldn't, you know, you just take it fucking orally. But no, in fact, they end up making them liver toxic on purpose, literally stressing out your fucking organ in order to survive. There's a reason why, dude.
And I've noticed a significant change in my physique quickly without changing my diet or workout regimen.